Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, today we're going to be talking about meme coins, generally speaking, right? We're going to be talking about some meme coins here and there. Some of the coins that I am personally, maybe considering adding to my portfolio or already have in my portfolio, or, that are just pretty solid overall. Now, not every meme coin is going to be, the next 100x, the next 1000x. Not every meme coin is going to be, a very likely coin that's going to just do really, really great. There is some risk involved with meme coins. Remember, people, literally meme coins at the end of the day practically have no volume when we just generally talk about them, right? I mean, it's literally a joke. That's meme is literally a joke, so it's joke coin, okay? So you got to remember, these things are a double-edged sword. When they pump, but when they dump, oh man, do they dump. So look, there's a lot of decent plays I've been looking at and have had for some time. Something like, a poo. This is one of the coins that just seems like a dark horse, right? The market cap's only 65 million. It could get decently pumped. I do have something like Ponkey. I actually do think Ponkey's overall structure is very, very nice, and their marketing is super fantastic in my opinion. It's like the best I see in terms of the videos and such. Even if we go onto YouTube, very, very quickly, I can show you something about Ponkey. And no, I'm not sponsored. I'm not anything by these coins or tokens. Right. But we can see Ponkey, right? We can just boom, play a video, right? 2 years of trading, 3 years of trading. Look at that, right? Like these types of videos, you don't really ever see other meme coins do that. If we go to some of the most popular ones, right? Market versus trader, we'll just watch it, boom. It doesn't matter, boom, boom. I mean, damn. I mean, yeah. But look, look, the marketing is pretty cool. So that's the thing, right? We don't really see that from other coins. So for me, Ponkey is a dark horse, and we are generally at decent bottoms, I would say. Even if we go on the 3-month candle, right, we can see that we have actually tapped into this candle right over here, right, near relevant bottoms. So if you are looking to be taking a risk for this coin, it's a decent time to be honest, right? If we do see Bitcoin and crypto retrace a little bit, we might see a decent pullback to the downside. Probably down to just below 10 cents because we are on the daily creating lower highs at this moment, right? This, right? We had this low, and right now we're looking to create another low. So, you know, decent price overall, whether you get in at 11 cents, 10 cents. For me, it doesn't really matter too much because I do think this coin will do decent this cycle. I do think this coin will probably be pumping decently above its all-time highs. Even if we just take the Fibonacci tool, right, you could probably get up to a couple of dollars. Like $2 Ponkey would not surprise me. Even just in terms of market cap, if we were to 10x, that's 650 million for a dollar. Low billions for a coin like Ponkey. I could definitely see it happening during its peak and prime. Elon Doge Mars, right? This is a coin that always has its moments, right? I'm not really a big fan of this coin, but this coin always has its moments, right? We can see for market cap, it hit a billion. So even if we were to get something similar to that, you'd be roughly getting like a 13x, 13 to 15x, even if we just hit all-time highs. And if we do pump higher than that, then obviously we'll be doing even better. But look, not listed on any big exchanges. So it's been here a while. It's not listed on any big exchanges, so that could be seen as a little red flag. Binance, do not have Coinbase. We have crypto.com though, so decent, but it's just like a little flex. Like some of these coins are flex. Like Go, I don't really trust Go. Andy is okay from what I've seen. NPC, no. Book of Meme, no. Toshi, I like Toshi personally. I think Toshi would do good. You know me, Peanuts, absolutely not. It's literally just about a dead squirrel at the end of the day, and there's so much controversy around that coin because of the owner and stuff. Giga might do decent, right? Millennia will probably do decent, even though it's gone down a good amount. This coin, I believe the Trump coin will do great. I really, really do. But this coin, personally, I do not see it doing so well. Even if, the Trump team does pump this coin, I don't see it doing any huge numbers. I think they're going to mainly focus on Trump a lot more than Melania coin. So I'd just look out for that. Mog has always been a decent coin. The problem has always been the low volume. I've never been a fan of that. And then the exchanges are decent, right? We do have Coinbase and such, but just even in terms of the market cap, I know we hit a decent one, but it's a decent coin, right? All these coins are kind of decent. Like a dark horse coin would have been like Ponkey for me, or a Poo. Mog is okay. I would rather just have Toshi, to be honest. Turbo, of course, is still here. Turbo is actually up in the last 24 hours, 22%. So this coin is absolutely killing it. I'm super, super high on this coin and will continue to be super high on this coin. SPX is going to do decent as well because there's also a big culting community around that. Whiff should do decent, especially that's on Solana. Brett is like the number one base coin. So, it is the head of base. So this coin will also do pretty good. You probably won't be getting the most amount of gains. I doubt you'll be getting more than a 10x, to be honest. I do believe this coin will probably be under 10 billion in market cap. Pengu, there's some red flags. I personally stay away. Floki is decent. Farcoin, Bonk. We gotta remember all these are at a higher market cap now. Bonk was the coin that was probably the best for risk to reward. And so was Trump coin when you're just looking for a certain amount of gains, right? When we were looking at this coin not too long ago, like around 800, 900 million market cap, I was saying, hey, this coin's probably going to go to like 15 billion, maybe even a little bit higher. This is one of those coins that I feel like there's not really that much risk, but very good reward. And obviously, Trump coin was the same thing. I do believe Trump coin will be hitting a decent amount in market cap. It would not surprise me if this thing hits, upwards of $200 in market cap, or sorry, $200, which means upwards of 40 billion in market cap, because it is Trump at the end of the day. So, the price, it being like $7, $6 was, I kind of missed out on this, to be honest. If I see this coin around $10, right, if we do get some kind of decent pullback, I will be buying the coin. But yeah, $6, $7, 550. I feel like that was just such a steal. Sorry, I actually went too low on my mouse, but yeah, $7, $8 was such a steal for this coin, because I do feel like this is one of those guaranteed plays that will make money. I feel really, really safe. Pepe obviously will do good, probably like a 10x, but yeah, like these coins, you got to be really, really careful at one point, because why are you getting to coin like Dogecoin, right? If you're looking for like a 10x, it's probably unlikely, right? It's probably very, very unlikely, just because that would require almost 270 million market cap, and at that point 10x for a fundamental coin is more likely to, you're more likely to get that in a fundamental coin. So you got to just be careful, right? You just got to be careful. Overall, the chains you should be looking at, the ones that are meta, I would say definitely Solana number one. I would say Ethereum's number two. I would say Base is number three, and then BNB coins I've kind of died down, right, in terms of meme coins and stuff. So I would just be careful. I'm not saying it's bad necessarily, but meme coins on BNB are not really meta. I think Based is definitely more popular, and I'd say Ethereum's more popular than Based. And I do think something like Ethereum, if we go to Ethereum very, very quickly, will have its moments sooner than later. I expect this thing to start recovering, right? We can even see for Ethereum that we are kind of going sideways for the last couple of days, kind of just mirroring Bitcoin's price action. But I do expect nice recoveries, especially sweeping these double tops at the bare minimum in the very, very near future. So yeah, that is practically it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.